A Honshu Karito head on a polypropylene cold steel handle. The calculated survival Norse throwing hatchet with the new aluminum handle. We're going to talk about both of them. I'm going to throw both of them in this video, and I'm going to give you guys my experience with both and tell you which one I prefer. And I'm going to show you guys the cool customization I did making that Honshu Karito head fit on that polypropylene handle. So let's do it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Wes the Suburban Viking. Of course, we got Dave here with us.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
And we are Midgard Axe. Not giving two F's again on this video, guys. We got these two here. The Honshu Karito on a polypropylene handle from cold steel. And of course, we got the calculated survival Norse throwing hatchet here with the aluminum handle. Pretty cool, both of them. So, without further ado, let's just get into this thing because that's what we're going to do in this video. Get straight to it. Okay, so getting into the length, I try to get them as close to the same length as possible. This one came in at 15.5 inches. This one right here came in at 15 inches. Pretty daggone close, okay? As close as I could get it. It is what it is. Now let's talk about the weight.
Let's talk about weight, baby. Let's talk about you and me.
Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm single and ready to mingle.
Guys, I'll tell you this.
Let's ruin my mood.
YouTube demographics say that in between 1% and 2% of females watch this channel. So Dave, taking your shot on here, man, it's kind of pointless.
Your facts are not feelings, though.
Anyway, let's get into the weight.
Stop gaslighting me.
Calculated survival Norse throwing hatchet came in at 1 pound and 5 ounces. Where the Honshu Karito with the polypropylene handle came in at 1 pound and 2.8 ounces. I will tell you guys, I went ahead and did all this stuff to them without weighing them first and threw them. I weighed them after I threw them. And I will tell you, I did notice this one felt a tad bit heavier, but all in all, I didn't really notice too much difference in weight when I was throwing them. And I think it was just because maybe this one was aluminum and this one was plastic, why I felt like maybe this one was a little bit heavier. But all in all, it kind of felt exactly the same throwing them without knowing the weight up front. So I will give credit where credit's due and say that the calculated survival Norse throwing hatchet does feel a little bit more durable than the polypropylene handle. Not saying it is, I'm just saying when you put them both in your hand, you're like, man, this thing feels like it could take some abuse. Where this one, you're like, ugh. As you guys know, I've done a review already of the cold steel polypropylene handles with the Norse Hawk and the Trench Hawk. And I told you guys, these handles are great. Even though they're plastic or polypropylene handles, they're great. They hold up really well. And this one here, the calculated survival Norse throwing hatchet, came with a glass-filled nylon handle. Sucked. It broke. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, with the way that I throw and how hard I throw, those glass-filled nylon handles are not made for extended axe throwing or if you throw hard. They just don't. The Honshu Karito came with a glass-filled nylon handle. It broke. And as you guys know in the previous video, when I threw this one here, the calculated survival one, I had two handles. And both of them broke at the exact same spot. Going back and watching the Honshu Karito video, this one broke almost in the exact same spot as this one did. So glass-filled nylon handles, guys, in my opinion, don't use them. They're not worth it. Even if you throw moderately or if you throw slow, I don't think they're made for extended axe throwing. They're going to break eventually, so don't even use them. Just my opinion. So let's talk about how these things flew for a single rotation. Took them out, put them to work. Threw both of them at the exact same time. Single rotations were really daggone cool, guys. They were cool. Weren't they, Dave?
It was like watching Hugin and Moonin fly into battle.
We had a great time throwing these. Single rotations, both of these performed almost exactly the same. I had no issues throwing both of them. And I wasn't going as fast as I could, but I was trying to, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Had that kind of mentality when I was working with them. I could have speeded up a little bit, but I really wanted to pay attention to the difference in the handle, aluminum versus plastic. So I was really paying attention to how they felt in my hand for a single rotation, trying to get it up, get it into the target, going to the next one, get it up, get it in the target. Sometimes, guys, it's muscle memory. And what I like doing is I like just trying to get them out of my hand, get them into the target without really thinking about it too much and just seeing how it performs. Double rotations felt exactly the same with both of these. I had no issues throwing these things for consistency and accuracy. They both felt really good out of the hand. Like I said before, I've done a review on these poly handles before, so I knew what I was expecting with these. But I wanted to test the aluminum handle because I have no experience with these aluminum handles by Calculated Survival, and I felt like they threw exactly the same. I was very consistent, very accurate, had a really good time throwing both. And I wanted to take the time to set up with each one individually and throw them without having to transition to another, because I wanted to give them, I'd already given them some transition throws to single rotations. I wanted to get that experience with them. Going back for distance, I wanted to give them each a little bit more attention, if that makes sense. Really concentrating on paying attention to the handle and throwing them. And that's what I did with both of these. They both felt great at a double rotation. No issues at all. They felt almost exactly the same. Like I said before, very consistent, very accurate. However, when we're talking about going back to triple rotations, I did have a favorite, and that was the aluminum handle. Now, I will tell you guys, it may be personal preference. I don't know exactly what it was that kind of won me over with the aluminum handle for distance, because I can throw the polymer handle for distance, but the aluminum handle won me over. And I think it's got something to do with the shape and size of the handle. I think I was able to grip this a little bit differently, the texture of the handle, and me being able to maneuver the handle a little bit better at distance, which caused me to be a little bit more accurate with the aluminum handle. Now, the polymer handle is no slouch. As you guys know, I've done a review on this one. I've thrown this one at a triple rotation. And I think I've said, I could be wrong, but I think I said the polymer handles were good at a single and double rotation. You could throw them for a triple. And I think throwing them again for the second time, the aluminum handle just beats out the polymer handle for a triple rotation and further back.
Let's talk about the mobile target system for axe throwing we designed. It's revolutionary, game-changing. Technically, it was my idea, so I deserve all of the credit.
All right, guys, let's talk about each individual axe and what I thought about them individually without comparing the two. The Calculated Survival Norse Throwing Hatchet aluminum handle. I will tell you guys, just taking a look at this thing, when it came to me, I took it out, it was really cool. As you guys can see here, we've got some knurls down here at the bottom on the aluminum handle. They felt really good in the hand. They weren't too sharp. They gave you enough grip, but they weren't hanging up on your hand or uncomfortable in the hand. I will say that they rounded the edges over, which I did enjoy, and it felt really good out of the hand, so no issues there. It was really easy to put this axe head on this handle. You got 3 bolts right here. You just take out, slide the axe head in there, and then tighten them back up. Like I've said before in the previous video, if you were to get an aluminum handle and put it on this axe head, I would use Loctite on these bolts, because if you don't, they will come loose. Comes with a glass-filled nylon handle. If you order it from them without the aluminum handle, it will break. Throw it away. Those things are crap. They're shit. Just being honest. So once I got the head onto the aluminum handle, I started throwing this thing. It was great. I really did enjoy this aluminum handle. As he said in his description, the Calculated Survival website, when he produced this and put it on his website for sale, he said these are aluminum and that he ran them over with his truck and bent them, and you can bend them back. And I did find one time when I threw this thing and missed and hit the handle on my wood round right there, it did bend. Picked it up and looked at it and was like, oh man, this thing's bent a little bit. I put the head on the ground, put my foot on it, pulled the handle up, and it bent right back. No issues at all bending it back. I didn't see any creases in the aluminum or anything like that, so that's really cool. However, and I'll throw in video now, I kept throwing, and Probably about 10 or 15 minutes later, when I took this thing back for distance, I believe I was at a triple rotation. When I went to go throw the Norse hatchet into the target back there behind me, it hit, and I saw something black come flying out of the handle. And I kind of looked at Dave and I said, Dave, what the hell was that thing? So I walked up to the target, pulled it out, and I noticed inside this handle here, guys, you have a 3D printed core. It's like plastic. It is plastic. It's not like plastic. It is plastic. And what it does is it runs from the bottom of this bolt. It's not bolted in. It starts right here and it runs all the way down into the bolts down here to the bottom of the knob. And when I threw the hatchet into the target, the 3D printed core here popped out and flew just like that. Now, I will say, could it have been from my missed throw? When the handle bent, it cracked that 3D printed core and then later on it popped out? Yes, that's totally possible. So I'm not 100% sure why that 3D printed core popped out. I'm attributing to me bending the handle. But guys, like I say before and like I'll say again, this is real life. We don't always hit our targets, and everyone's not going to be accurate 100% of the time. And sometimes when we test these axes, we're going to have to miss and test the handles and test everything that comes with them. The 3D printed core broke. As you can see here, guys, the 3D printed core broke where there is no bolts. Where there are bolts, the 3D printed core is still in place. So if I could say anything, I would say maybe they could throw maybe 1 or 2 bolts in here, right in this area, and it would keep that 3D printed core in place if you did bend the handle. Now, maybe they didn't do that because if the handle bends, it's harder to bend back if there's bolts in here, and I would totally understand that. I will say that I kept throwing it, and I had no issues throwing it without the 3D printed core. It didn't bend again, it didn't misshape again. I just kept throwing it, no issues. And that's what my experience was with the Calculated Survival Norse Throwing Hatchet aluminum handle. Had a really good time with it. Felt really good in the hand. It was really easy to put in. Tighten up 3 bolts and you're good to go. Felt really good in the hand. One con I will say, if you've got larger hands, it may be a little bit too thin for you. As you can see here, guys, I've got my middle finger and my ring finger touching my palm. So it is a little thin. So if you got larger hands, you might find that this handle's a little bit too thin for you. But all in all, it's a great handle. It held up to abuse, I should say, and it worked really well. So they did a great job making an alternate handle for their axe head if you're interested. And guys, I would totally tell you to get the aluminum handle over that glass-filled nylon. Those things do not hold up. But this aluminum handle held up just fine. So let's get into the Honshu Karito and the polypropylene handle that I use by Cold Steel. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Told you guys I would custom fit something to this Honshu Karito head because we didn't get a full review on it. Now the handle came, and it came with this knob down here, which I cut off because I think it's a little too long, cut it down to 15 inches. Now you do have these ears up at the top. They kind of sit like this. I cut these things off because I needed the axe head to go farther down on the handle. Rounded the handle over a little bit to make it look like this. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Now I will tell you guys, this was fairly easy. The handle sitting on this Honshu Karito head was really easy. The only thing was I had to drill a hole into the Honshu Karito head to get it to fit this bolt up here. I used the existing hole in the Honshu Karito head and the hole in the handle right here, but I had to make my own hole in the head up here, which took a little bit. A nice drill bit and some cutting oil, and I got it through, put the bolt in, and it sat really well on this handle. Now, I will tell you guys, my experience with ordering a Cold Steel handle from Amazon, you get no hardware. You get no bolts and no nuts. Now, if you order it from Cold Steel, you might get nuts and bolts, but my experience ordering on Amazon, I didn't have any. So I had to go inside and take the nuts and bolts off the Warhawk and put them in this one so I could test it. So FYI, pay attention to that. If you're wanting nuts and bolts, you better make sure you get them because I didn't get them with this handle when I ordered it from Amazon. So once I got it in there, I placed it in there, it looked really, really good. No issues at all throwing it like I told you guys before. Weight distribution, extremely even. We got no movement at all towards the handle or to the head. Nothing. Very even. If you're wondering what the heck is going on with this bit, it broke. The toe, right below the toe, broke into that round right there. Doing one of my side throws like this, I've got a knot in that round right there. And the toe hit and broke off. So like I told you guys before, the handles on these things aren't great. The glass-filled nylon handles, put a polypropylene handle on it, felt really good. This thing sank really deep. But I'll be honest with you guys, I feel like the Honshu Karito head is kind of a novelty head. And you guys might have different experience with your Honshu Karito. Great. But with the way that I throw and how hard I throw, I feel like this head is more of a novelty. It does get really sharp. I mean, this thing is almost razor sharp. But I don't feel like the strength is there for how thin it is for hard axe throwing. I just don't. I think if you got this, maybe you should stick to cutting water bottles or watermelons or something like that. But if you wanted to do some hard axe throwing or repetitive over a long period of time axe throwing, I think you're going to have the same issues. You're going to have bits breaking. You're going to have edges rolling. You're going to have it all wonky, kind of like the World Axe Throwing League axe heads. But these right here are just not as durable as the World Axe Throwing League axe heads where you can bend them back. These things just kind of shatter. And that's just my experience, guys. Great flyer, and it's stuck into the target, but durability-wise, I don't know if I'd put a whole heck of a lot in the Honshu Karito head for really hard axe throwing or for axe throwing over a long period of time. I think you're going to have issues with the bits, and that's just my experience. So if I had to choose one, which one would I choose? Calculated Survival Norse Throwing Hatchet. God, I feel like that's a lot. Calculated Survival Norse Throwing Hatchet. I'm just going to say Norse Throwing Hatchet. I choose this one. I think it's better all around. I think it's a more versatile throwing hatchet. The aluminum handle feels a little bit more durable, and I was able to throw it for distance better than this one. And I think with practice, I could probably be just as fast as this as I was with the polymer handle or polypropylene handle. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this one. I think if you got this, you should stick with the Warhawk or Trench Hawk head. Or if you've got this handle to modify, which they're really easy to modify, I'd get something different than the Honshu Karito head to put on this handle. Thanks for all your support, guys. I hope this video brought you something. Like I said, get some of these poly handles if you've got some stainless steel axe heads laying around that are really thin, that you can quickly drill a hole through. You can make all kinds of different Frankenstein axes with these handles, and they fly really well, they do. And you can customize the hell out of these polypropylene handles because they just work really well for customization. But anyway, I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the Calculated Survival Norse Throwing Hatchet aluminum handle. God, that's a lot. They're both really good axes, though. Me and Dave had a great time with them. We did. And I think they both bring something different to the table, which is why I like throwing them at the exact same time. It was really fun transitioning between the two because they were similar but different at the same time, if that makes sense. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. But until next time, see ya. I figured out what it is, Dave. If we just keep throwing and throwing and throwing, we'll get our shot. That's what it is. I totally forgot. We could just stand here and keep throwing until we get our shot. Nobody told me that. And that's what it was the whole time, guys. Nobody told me that, Dave. That we could just stand here and throw and throw and throw until we get the shot that we want. Like we can't do it more than once in a row. Yeah. You know, I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, we can just do this all day long, but you know, I love you guys. Thanks for watching to the end. I love putting a little bit of this in there. I'm not accurate 100% of the time. I'm really not. I'm not trying to seem like I'm accurate 100% of the time, because I'm not. But I am very consistent. And I can hit my mark a good amount of times. If it would make you feel better for me to put some miss throws in there, I'll do that. I just don't think anybody would be interested in watching me throw and miss. Why would I do that? Doesn't make any sense. I'm consistent about 90% of the time. Over and over and over again. I just happen to review only one axe at a time. But, you know, no one wants to watch me walk back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, especially when I'm doing like triple rotations. The video would be over an hour long. Who's going to watch that? Nobody. So I got to cut between me walking to the target, grabbing the axe, and coming back. But I do miss. There we have it. Wes misses. I've shown you. And what's crazy too, guys, is that there's plenty of videos in the playlist down where I show my misses. Do it all the time. There was one section of the video, if you guys remember a long time ago, when I was swinging targets and I showed, and I even said I was just having a bad day, and I showed all the misses that I was making with the swinging targets. I just was off that day. It happens. But I can be very repetitive. Not something I'm going to keep doing. I just throw it in there every once in a while. Yeah. Man, that round's got some knots in it, guys. I don't know if you can see it from here. That thing's got some knots, buddy. Keep doing it. Oh yeah, hit one of the knots. See it? Hit that knot. You guys, I got it on camera. Guys, I got it on camera. Look. Got it on camera. See what I'm talking about? I'm not BSing you guys. I literally just showed this axe. And it hit the knot. Now we got another circle in the daggone bit. See? I'm telling you guys, I give you real information, no BS. I didn't miss and hit the... I know some people out there are like, he threw his axe and hit the steel chain hanging. No, I didn't. It's from wood. Broke off again. Into the target, into the round. Even though it hit a knot, it shouldn't be breaking like that. See, Dave?
I saw it.
I'm glad I catch the stuff on camera too. A lot of times I catch it on camera, right? Sometimes I don't, but a lot of times I do. And here we are, right here. Man, that thing just sheared right off. Same way it did. See how it hit, guys? You saw how it hit. And look, it took it out almost like it would hit one of those chains, right? It looks like it would, you know, a chain would hit it or a piece of steel right here would hit it and it'd chip off. No, we were right into wood and it chipped right there. This thing's going to look like a pair of brass knuckles before it's over. See? See? This is why I do after content too. You hear that thing? It does sound pretty cool flying through the air though. Had a very distinct sound when it was. That sucks about the Honshu Karito head. It's a good flyer. Very, very good for up close. Like I told you guys, that polymer handle is great up close. Those things are great. Being able to whip it around. See if it broke again. I'm glad I got that one on camera though. I'm glad I got that one on camera. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Just keep throwing? I mean, that's all we can do, right? I am really excited when stuff goes bad. Let me rephrase that. I'm not excited when things go bad. I don't like when axes fail, and I don't like when things go bad. But I feel justified, and I feel like my theory and what I say is proven whenever I'm able to get it on camera, you know. It's not going down anymore. I don't know, guys. I don't know. That sucks. This is why I'm consistent. Because I'll come out here like this, and I'll pick a throw, and I'll do it over and over and over again until I'm consistent with it. And that's not an entirely hard throw, but it's not easy either. It takes a little practice being able to whip it. It's all about wrist control when you're throwing it from the side like that. So this video is going to be forever long if I keep doing this. I like showing you guys this stuff though. It's fun. And that Honshu Karito head is sinking pretty daggone deep. I hit near the knot. Let's go check it out. Didn't break any more. See, when I try to justify myself, this is what happens with the video. When I try to justify my axe throwing and how consistent I am, the video gets forever long and people see it and they're like, 30 minutes? No way. But most of it's me doing this stuff like, you know, right here, trying to justify what I'm doing. That does sound cool in the air though, doesn't it? Can you guys hear that?